All right, guys. Ed, for whatever reason, cannot hear me. So he's going to be kind of off in the side, if you will, today, just because for whatever reason, his
I can hear you
speakers.
now.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I guess it was. Guess somehow I must have changed something around, so I don't need my headphones.
Oh, okay, no problem. I was going to say I could hear myself on the other broadcast, so I wasn't sure what was going on, but I knew something was definitely not working.
Yeah,
So
me.
that's okay though. So guys, we'll keep this one fairly short today because we went over quite a bit of stuff yesterday about the Groove-a-thon that they're having right now. If you go to the link that is in the show notes here, the comments, that'll let you get Groove itself. And then what Ed and I are going to be doing, and the reason why this is on pre-planning right now, is we're going to be doing a membership site that's going to have all of the tips and tricks and nuggets that you need to go through and use Groove. Um, Tiny, all is well. And how you doing? Let's see here. All right. So thank you for being on today. I really appreciate it. And then what we're going to do with that membership site is if you're in mine or Ed's group, it's going to give you the opportunity to go through and get the information, number one, for free. Because if you're not in our group, we're going to charge for being in there. But the other thing is they're going to be doing a lot of changes coming up here to the Groove system. And what's free now may not possibly be free going forward. So it'd be a really good time to get into that system and get yourself a free account. I don't know if the stuff that they do change wise is going to end up being backward compatible. But I do know that if you decide to become a Groove member in the sense of buying into the Groove platform itself for the lifetime offer that they're doing right now, you're going to only get either what you have or more. They're doing just a myriad of things, from membership sites to funnels to blogs to payment processing. Just you name it, it's going to be in the Groove platform. Video, webinars, calendar processing, kind of like Calendly. Ed and I put this up on a pretty regular basis, and I'm going to put it up for you right now. Let's see here. Sorry about that, guys. I meant to hit this. Right. Too many buttons here. There we go. Those are all of the platforms that Groove takes care of and will kind of help you eliminate. I myself was able to save about $186 a month by doing the Groove platform as opposed to all these different things. So it's going to be very advantageous to go through and have a Groove system rather than just trying to Frankenstein all that stuff together. So that's why Ed and I have been talking about it in great length. So buy-in was out of our financial range. It's a great place to go. Yeah, just to let you know too, it's $13.97 for the all-in-one or the lifetime package. But if you go in the form of a payment plan, you can get it down, into pretty bite-sized chunks. And then the other thing is you're going to pay a little more doing it that way. But if you do the stuff that Ed and I are talking about in this membership that we're going to have, just to let you know, just a little piece of that, we're going to go through and literally start from the beginning to the end. So in 30 days, you will have a education on exactly how to use the Groove platform. There's nothing wrong with the Groove training that's out there, but sometimes they go into different areas that you may not be as interested in, or they take, there's trainings out there that are an hour and a half, 3 hours long. I mean, even the Groovathon that's going on right now, it's running from like 10 o'clock to 4 and 5 o'clock. And, you know, a lot of the information is just not necessarily needed, or it's repetitive, you know, so you'll be able to go through and look, okay, I want to do this, and go right to the training. And so when we get done with the training, we're going to loop right back to day one and just keep adding to it and keep adding to it, and using people that get in under RID as case studies and help you market as well. So I'm not in any way, shape, or form promising that you'll get your money back. But I will tell you that if you were to do the payment processing, not only or the payment option, not only would you save a bunch if you have any of those programs that I just put up on the screen, but the other thing is you will be able to take any passion that you have, or any interest that you have, and turn it into a product, a membership, a blog, and have things that will eventually take you back to some sort of a call to action that will help you make money. So, and if you know anything about me, guys, I love Haps. I love, you know, all the different platforms out there. But at the end of the day, I want you off of those and into something where I can talk to you offline and engage with you, because you never know when Haps is going to go the way of the dodo, like Periscope did. You know, if Twitter can go down, Haps can go down. I love Haps. I love the founders of Haps. I love the people in Haps, but nothing is below getting taken down. And when it does, you need to have a way to, contact people outside of Haps. So anyway, Ed, now that you are back to where you can hear, what do you want to chime in about that?
Well, like you said, I mean, if you can swing the payments, that's a great way to go. But if you can't, get in for free.
Yeah,
you can, if you got one thing that you want to do, and you use the free account to create what you want, till you start generating enough income, you can do that over probably like a 60-day period. So if you get it to where you're creating enough income, either with affiliate referrals or whatever type of product you want to promote or service, you should be able to generate enough to, validate the financial cost of this. You know what I mean?
And by the way, guys, it's not a small amount of money. When I did it, I did it for two reasons. Number one, my intention is always to market whatever I'm using. So it's kind of a eat your own dog food kind of a thing. I wouldn't tell you to use it if I weren't using it myself. But the other thing is again, it was going to save me a bunch of money. So when it was all said and done, at $13.97, I think it was going to be just over 8 months of information that I would need to pay in advance, and then, or services I'd need to pay in advance, and then it was going to be gravy from there. So, and I want to point out something, that in case you're not catching what Ed and I are putting down, the $13.97 isn't a annual price or anything like that. It's a lifetime price. So you will get all of everything that they ever do, and add later for that one-time price. Now, with that said, I want to let you guys know something from yesterday without going into it real deep, and that is in August or September, they're going to be raising it, and that price could go up as much as $100 to $24.97. And I don't think it will. I think it's probably going to go up $100 to $14.97, and possibly $19.97. But so it'll probably be south of $2,000, which is still a good deal, just for the record, especially at a lifetime cost. But unless they change, which they very well may. Right now, the intentions are to eliminate the lifetime package on Black Friday. So I think Black Friday weekend, there is going to be a last run effort to get people into the lifetime. And then after that, I believe it's gone. So that's not a fear of loss or a scare tactic. That's what they said on the Groovathon yesterday. So, and whether or not they carry through with that, I don't know. But it's a good deal, payment wise or one time. If you have it one time, I'd suggest you do it one time, just because you pay less in the payments. You probably end up paying several $100s more, because you're doing it in payments. But PayPal and a lot of these other processors will give you like a 6 month same as cash, kind of a thing if you have decent credit. And maybe even if you don't have less than decent credit, that you may be able to swing it. And I don't want to call it an investment, because at the end of the day, guys, there's one thing that you need to know, and this is a very dismal stat, but it just so happens to be the truth, and that is most people that get this, they'll never use it. And I don't mean to sound negative when I say that, but people will get it and they'll think they're going to use it, and then for whatever reason they may not. So Ed and I can't go through and tell you what you're going to do with it. You may do great, you may do horrible, but the chances are you're probably going to go out and get 2 or 3 people, because that's the average that most people get. And if you did that, you would very well be in the $1,000 to $1,500+ commission level off of just doing the one-time cost. Now, if you decide that you're going to market it beyond that, and you would get people in from a monthly standpoint, right now the price points are looking like they're going to be $99 and $299. So if you're in Groove and you're not a free member, which you're in Groove even if you are free, but if you're a paid member, you get 40% of the people you bring in directly, and 10% of the people that they bring in. So you could be looking at anywhere from $40 to $120 a month coming in every single month, as long as somebody's in the system. And that's residual. Something that somebody said to me this morning that I want to point out, and I've got 2 schools of thought on it, and Ed, I'll get your thought on it as well. But somebody said something, I heard you talking about that last night, and that sounded like a pyramid scheme. Okay. I'm going to let you know something, guys. Number one, a pyramid scheme is not what multi-level marketing is. Multi-level marketing is just that. It's several different levels of payouts on a product, where basically the person that is the owner, the persons that are owners, pay their distributors to be the marketing arm, as opposed to going out and buying ads and a bunch of commercials and things like that generally. Okay. A Ponzi or a pyramid scheme usually has no product, no service, no nothing. It's just a promise that when you put money in at the top, it's going to spread down and start popping out at the bottom. And that stuff is so old. If you really want to get completely and utterly at it, let me show you guys something for a second that will let you know what a true pyramid scheme is. Let me show you guys this. So let me go to my iPad for a second and just show you something that will let you know what a true pyramid scheme is. So let me go to Notability, and let me do a new one here for you. So if you've got an owner, okay, and then you've got and that's a owner president, All right. And then you got, say, a VP and a CFO and maybe a something else. And then you got managers, okay, that go across. And then you've got supervisors, okay. And then you got employees, I should say. There you go. All right. That is a pyramid scheme. All right. If you're at the bottom of this, you're in a pyramid scheme right now. Okay. Because there's somebody up here. All right. This guy here who's making all the money, and it's going down to this guy, and then this guy, and then these guys, and then you last. Okay. So if you really want to get technical, and not that it's as you can see, probably a sticking point with me, but I just don't like that term of a pyramid scheme, because the truth is that what I just showed you is a real pyramid scheme. I mean, if you want to get technical, what are your thoughts on that, Ed?
Well, I mean, I know a lot of people. I just think it's narrow-minded. Not really looking into the product. Number one, if you look into the product, you understand. You'd understand what the product does. I mean, you're paying for something that's giving you a result, so that's a product. You're not giving money and then hoping something comes back. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's like you said, if you go to Walmart and you buy a product from them, you get, you pay for it, you get it.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, they got a gigantic top to bottom framework in a Walmart or any of those big corporations, So, like I don't know. I just think people throw that around because they hear compensation plans and things, but I mean, there's so many compensation plans out there and different things at different levels, and no matter what you sell, insurance, I mean, real estate, like you said, there are people in the real estate market and they're very, very good at what they do, that work for a company, and they're at we'll say 90% or 75% to 90% bracket. They're getting a real big chunk because they're producers. And then you got the people that come in that maybe sell 3 houses a year. Guess what? They're getting maybe 40% if they're lucky. That's if they, you know what I mean. So there's a structure there too. So
well, and there's also people that get licenses for insurance and real estate that never sell one single house or insurance policy, and that doesn't mean the industry is a scam or a pyramid scheme, but. Anyway, guys, that's one of those sticking points that I just whenever I hear that, it always makes me laugh, just because.
And I guess one of the issues is, Wes, which there are a lot of things that are on the internet that people are out there spouting about and promoting, or somebody runs across it and pays for it, and then they realize, oh, it wasn't worth the money or this or that. So that's I mean, I've purchased them. I know you purchased them. It's kind of buyer beware. You got to kind of pay attention to what you're doing. You can't fall for like we talked about, the shiny object type of thing. And I have, and every now and then I'll just see something and I'll wind up, depending on the price point, I might just buy it. You know what I mean? But
right.
Sometimes it's good to look at these things to see what other people are doing. You know what I mean? And you can use, what would you call it? Reverse engineer what they're doing to create something, So,
well, I mean, even HAPS. I mean, as an example, they had, up until just a couple days ago, when they would bring somebody on as a sponsor, they were keeping some of the money, and then paying out people on HAPS. Now it's 100%, I believe, other than maybe a couple things to pay, process the payment, but it's not a pyramid scheme. So just how they pay out, so anyway, guys, that was one of those sticking points that just, when people say that, it always gets me a little triggered. But anyway, Ed, did you have anything on Groove other than some of the stuff that I covered?
No, nothing really. I want I got a couple sticking points that I'm trying to get through on my website. So once I get through that, we can put a link in so you can see the product, how it's working, and different ends of it. So
And I'll have a membership, started here in the very, very near future, guys. More than anything, I've been kind of waiting and watching this Groovathon to see the announcements. I'm actually glad that I did, because a lot of things have, kind of come to fruition of how they're going to do some stuff. Because in the beginning of even talking about this, I was saying that I personally thought that the product was going to start, being released probably at the first of the year and into the first of the year. And now it's looking like it could be, by the end of the year. So and if that's the case, that's very exciting stuff. Now, I will tell you, just from a pessimistic, I guess, leery side, just that is natural to me, is I know how developers are. And if they think it's going to be at the end of the year, it most likely will be the beginning of the year, just because developers never get stuff out, when they say they will. You can almost always add some time to it. Yes, but with that said, that gives us a good 6 months or less, just a little less, a little more ish. Let's say 5, give or take, 3 on either side, to go and absolutely annihilate this. And my statement to you, and again, guys, not from a fear of loss statement or a any sort of a urgency statement, but I would highly suggest that you talk to people and get this out to the public, to people that know about it, because at some point what's going to happen is somebody's going to sign up for it, and it's going to be someone that you knew, and it's just not something that you want to do. It's a bad feeling, to find out that, so what I would suggest is that you go and tell them and just say, listen, go sign up for the free. And at some point, if you have any interest in it, by all means, let me know. And, I'll be more than glad to help you, but if you don't, and they sign up with someone else, you're out of luck. With Groove, the way that it works is it's pinned to you forever. So it's not like some of the other things that change after a certain point. So it'd be very, 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 very advantageous, to go out there and get people in it now in the free, where if they ever do decide in the next couple months to upgrade, especially during the Black Friday promotions and things like that, then to watch somebody go and end up being under someone else, and you just watch that money disappear. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents of because I've seen it happen, guys. I mean, it's not a good situation. But anyway, with that said, Ed, did you have anything else that you wanted to cover?
yeah, that's cool, brother. You hit it all. Just
Okay, good deal.
we'll touch base with tomorrow and get a little bit further down the line with where it is, as far as the website and things like that.
Yeah, and they may very well have more information in this Groove-a-thon that they're doing, that that we're able to share and help you guys out with. And then other than that, get in. The link is right there at the top of the comments. Get yourself a free account, and then if you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, on behalf of myself and Ed, have a dynamite day.
See you, brother.